What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome, guys, to episode 23, ladies and gentlemen, of True Ballers FC, ladies and gentlemen. We're back again with another True Ballers FC show, guys. Big up to all the panelists in here, guys. Big up to my guy, Charlie, No Filter FC. How you doing, bro?
All good, yeah. Look, thanks for having me on again, Omar. Yeah, this should be an interesting show. Quite a bit to talk about with the transfer market and stuff. So, yeah, big up the chat, big up the panel, of course, and yeah, just looking forward to getting into it.
Yeah, man. And speaking of panelists, obviously you guys know, man, like Mike's original True Ballers FC. Come on, big up to my guy, Max. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Good to be back on the channel again, 2 weeks in a row, and that. Good to be back on True Ballers FC as always. Big up the chat, big up the panel as always, man. Yeah, as Charlie said, some interesting topics as always, man. Even in the off season, it's always something to talk about. So.
Oh yeah, listen. One thing I can give the Premier League is that it's every day there's something new coming out, right?
So, there's always stuff to talk about, really.
That's one thing I would give the Premier League, right? There's always something to talk about. There's always something going on. But big up to every single one of you guys who are watching this. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to all these guys in here, man. Big up to my guy GOV Mikes, man, like No Filter FC. We got some other people who will be coming in later on, but big up to you guys, man. But listen, let's actually get started, man, because obviously the big news coming out this week is obviously the Premier League fixtures for 25-26 season is officially out. We did see like a lot of like big fixtures coming out in the early days of the season, right? And obviously I just want to ask very quickly, right, for you guys, right, especially, right, I'll start with you, Charlie, right? Now, obviously, you know, it's a dawn of a new season under Thomas Frank, right? Obviously, you guys are starting your season against a promoted team. You're playing Burnley in the opening day, right? And there's a lot of stuff that's been happening. Yasser, don't worry. Yeah, I will, man. Give me a sec. But yeah. Obviously, brand new season, new manager, right? New groove, right? Just won yourself your first trophy in a long time. Now, you know, it's positive right now over there in that side of North London, right? I want to first of all start with you, right? Obviously, first game against Burnley. What are you saying about your opening games in the season?
I think with Burnley at home, I think it's a good chance for our new manager to get off to the best possible start. Newly promoted team. I mean, we played Leicester last season, which was away. Bit of a disaster, to be honest. That game was, from what I remember. I think we drew. It was pretty bad. But yeah, this time at home to Burnley. Look, I've already said I think that we're actually gonna have a good start to the season when I've looked at the fixtures we have. It's gonna be quite often what Spurs have done. Obviously a lot, like I said in the last show. For what happens this season, overall, everything depends on the transfer window in terms of what players and what quality of player we bring in. But to the start of the season, I think we'll have a good start to the season. I've seen our fixtures. I think that I know we've got City away, second game and stuff, but overall, I think it's a pretty favorable start, especially when you compare it to some of the other teams that have been given some really hard ones. Burnley at home, look, I think we should win that comfortably. Newly promoted team. Obviously, we'll have that new manager bounce. So, yeah, look, it's a nice game. It's a nice game to kind of get things going. So we'll see. Especially, look, it's an important game, especially with City away next. It's important we win that game. So, yeah, look, we'll see how it plays out. Hopefully, by that point, we'll have some quality players in the door that can come in, you know, make an instant impact in that game and stuff. So. We'll see. Look, we'll see what happens. Like I said, very, very much up in the air with that. But hopefully, if it all goes the way it should, we should have a pretty comfortable first game, I would say. So, yeah, look, not too bad in terms of the fixtures.
Yeah, I mean, listen, to be fair, you know, you do open your season against Burnley, of course, but after that, you guys do have to travel to City, right? And that's definitely, I mean, to be fair, you know, you do have a good-ish record against City. Right,
we have our record's great agaast City.
That's what I'm saying.
Somehow, I don't know why. Yeah. Somehow we just always do. I don't know why this happens.
As well. Yeah, every manager always gets signed at City.
Always. I mean,
No, you guys are like the
Ange
fixture
didn't
head.
lose at the Etihad in 2 years, so
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
yeah,
That's yo, that is crazy, man. He can actually say, yo,
yeah.
Pep never actually beat me. That's actually crazy to think. But yeah, I mean, listen, obviously, I'm just trying to pull up the fixtures right now. So to be fair, let's be honest, right? Your early games this season are not gonna be great, right? Obviously, the Burnley game. So you got City, Bournemouth. That's gonna be interesting. Let's see how Bournemouth are gonna be approaching this season. Going away to West Ham, right? Because let's be real, right? Just like you talked about with your record against City, your record at West Ham is actually not as good as
Nah,
you know
we
what I mean?
struggle.
Like,
We struggle there,
yeah,
definitely.
you struggle against them. So it's going to be quite interesting. Like your first 4 games of the season is going to be quite interesting. And obviously, after the international break, you'll be back playing against Brighton, Wolves. So what is your first 10 games of the season, right? So I would say the first, I guess, 5 games of the season are going to be probably the toughest on paper, right? But are you really confident, like going into the season?
Again, like I said, it all depends on where we are with the squad come the start of the season. In terms of that question, I'll probably once we kind of get within a few days of the first game, or probably maybe even before that, to be honest, I'll be able to answer that question. Look, I'll be real, knowing our board, there's been many seasons, pretty much every season where I haven't been feeling that great going into the season just because of the lack of preparation. We very much underprepare, leave the transfers till very late and stuff, and it just kind of all goes that way. So for me, yeah, look, come the start of the season, knowing the way this club operate under the current management, I'll probably be feeling frustrated and pretty annoyed. But at the same time, when a new season starts, you can't help but kind of feel a bit of a buzz. So yeah, look, hopefully, like I said, hopefully we have certain players through the door at that point. Fingers crossed. But yeah, like you see, like you can see there. That's why I think we'll have a good start to the season. Maybe not kind of Ange start where it was like we won like I think 9 out of 10 games or something.
Right.
But I think because if you look at November, that's where it gets really difficult. That's where I think we're going to have some issues in like November, December time. As it usually is.
Chelsea, you got Chelsea, United, Arsenal. Wow. Bro,
Yeah.
look at
Newcastle,
guys,
Newcastle as
look
well.
at this from October 18. They've got Aston Villa away to Everton, Chelsea, United, Arsenal, well, Fulham and flipping
Yeah.
Wow, oh my days.
That's where I worry. That's why I reckon because this is what happens, right? Because many times in the summer window we underprepare for the season. Come November, December time when we get a few injuries and stuff. Plus with Champions League football this coming season, that's where it gets a bit messy because we get injuries. The lack of depth is exposed, and that's kind of how it usually goes. But we'll have to see. Look, we've got a manager that is known for kind of adapting to situations, so maybe that could help us come that situation if we get injuries and stuff. But like I said, Omar, it all depends on the transfer window. It all comes down to that, and I just want to see players come in. So we'll see. We'll see. And yeah, he does. He even won at the Etihad. So that makes him the perfect manager for us, I guess.
I guess, yeah, it's a man made in heaven, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, to be fair, yeah, I'll be honest. I feel like maybe in your early games, if Thomas Frank does have a good bounce to the start of the
New
season,
manager bounce, yeah. We often
manager
get one,
bounce,
so.
you guys will be fine. Yeah. But yeah, those games in late mid-October, early November are gonna be very interesting. But Mike, I mean, from what you've seen from Spurs, the fixtures, right? What do you think is potentially gonna happen to them, right? From what you've seen so far, like in those 5 games, where they have to play Bournemouth, they have to play City, right, and all those teams. Well, what do you think? Do you think that Frank will have a good manager bounce in the start of the season?
I think it'll be like every single appointment I've seen since Pochettino. Like it'll be like they have a great start, everyone will slightly overguess it, and then we'll like see what they're really like when it gets to crunch time. Around that time, we were talking about where it's like the difficult fixture upon difficult fixture back to back during like October to December time, and I don't think it will necessarily be fair to judge him on that part just yet, depending on what happens, unless he makes some mad mistakes or whatever. But I feel like like most other managers, the mood will be high, have a good manager bounce, and then we'll see. And then his style of play will be talked about. Because every time I hear a Tottenham manager being hired and they have a run, it's always whatever style of play they have, their particular style of play gets brought up all the time. Are they the problem? Are they too attacking? Are they too defensive or whatever? Like whatever they play, that always gets brought up. And I feel like that the difference you'll get with Frank is he's at least adaptable to the situation. So even when you are like a little bit in the trenches, a little bit in the crunch time of the fixtures, he'll adapt to the game itself, which I feel like that's what Tottenham have needed, which is why I do kind of rate the appointment, to be honest. But as Charlie said, it's all about the transfer window. Like, you don't capitalize on what you've just built right now in terms of the Europa League win, and don't continue to build on that, then I don't know. You're leaving your manager out to dry, which is why I kind of fear for him a little bit, because he's so used to like having that structure above him, where it's like they don't fund that much, but they buy someone decent at least. That's my thing with it. So like he's so used to that at Brentford, that at Tottenham, maybe the board are like, well, because he's so used to the structure above him not spending and stuff. We don't need to give him that much. He can just get the best out of what he has, which is like, well, the
Mike,
worst thing you
that
can
was
do
my
with a new manager.
concern. That was my concern with hiring him. This has nothing to do with Frank as a manager. It's more to do with the motivation for the board. It's because he's good at getting blood from a stone. That's the part that worries me the most.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of when you hired him. I was like, he doesn't really get money. That's the first thing I thought of. He doesn't really get money. Like I'm pretty sure the biggest amount of money they spent was like on Shard and Damsgaard, and that was like in an individual season. It wasn't like they spent all these transfers in one season. Now and then Brentford would get an Aaron Hickey, they would get a Damsgaard, they would get whoever, Kevin Shard, and Kevin Shard wasn't even good until last year, sort of thing. So they're just relying on Frank to get more out of what the players are, sort of thing. I think he's the best manager for tough situations in terms of the league. It's going to be interesting to see how he deals with the Champions League for the first time in his first season at the new club, which is the most interesting thing for me, and balancing those fixtures on top of it. Because we're looking at the Premier League on the surface right now. We don't even know who Tottenham are going to face in the Champions League on the back of everything so far. And that all depends. We can't even decipher how well someone's going to do right now, because we're in June. The season ended like 3 weeks ago. Yep. So we're already thinking about next season, which is already a headache in itself. So I think with Tottenham, they're probably the most unpredictable team in the league with like what they're gonna do in a fixture that's in isolation. Like you'll think they're gonna beat like a Fulham and then lose to a City, and they'll do an opposite. They'll pop City off the park. City will be pissed off. They'll go to Craven Cottage or some shit, and they'll get popped off the park. That's Tottenham. That's how I've always seen Tottenham. That's how I've always seen Tottenham. So I don't know what Tottenham are going to do half the time. So I'm just very interested, because they hire a new manager every 2 seasons anyway. So it's always interesting to see what Tottenham are going to do.
Mikey, I can tell you it's, I think now.
I swear I forgot that was on there, I can't lie.
Yeah. You did. Yeah, I'm sure you did.
I swear, Omar, I swear.
Well, big up to Yasser and Alfie for joining, man.
Sorry, I swear I was drinking water, and they had this one from the previous stream, innit?
Oh, is it on no side stream?
I don't know. I think I was on Liam's stream like a couple of days ago or whatever. Oh, and I think I was still on there. I didn't know. I just turned the camera off. I was looking at it thinking, oh, it's still there.
This guy, man, he's too much, man. But big up to Yasser and Alfie for joining. Make sure you guys go subscribe.
1 second, I'm coming back.
But listen, okay, so listen, we'll start with Alfie. Alfie, you've seen the fixtures, right? So we're just starting with Spurs one. So you've seen Spurs starting. They're playing against Burnley in the opening game. They have City, Bournemouth in their first games of the season. What do you think is gonna happen with for Thomas Frank? Like, do you think he will get the manager bounce? Do you see him getting a manager bounce with these games that are coming up for him? Because by the way, they have to.
Yeah, because you tell when it comes to Tottenham. You can never really tell. Obviously, it's going to be an important first month. I'm pretty sure Thomas Frank will want to hit the ground running. Obviously, he's going to have pre-season to find out which players that he wants to have in his team, which players that he's not too keen on. Obviously, I'm pretty sure he's still trying to get Mbuemo in. But as far as their first fixtures are concerned, I mean, Burnley at home, I don't think you could really ask for a better opening fixture than that. Scott Parker's Burnley as well. We all know what he's like as a manager. I mean, me and Max take the piss out of him on a regular basis. But as far as the other fixtures are concerned, obviously Bournemouth, regardless of whether they're home or away, it's always a tough game. City is going to be tough as well. Obviously, City looking to bounce back from last season. But I think the first 5, maybe that even the first 3 will be fairly important to what happens with Thomas Frank this season. As Mike was saying about the Champions League football as well, it's going to be difficult to see what he can do in the Champions League after being with, no disrespect to Brentford, but a lower league table team. So it will be interesting to see what happens with Thomas Frank and Spurs.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting for sure. But yeah, Yasser, obviously you've seen Spurs start the season. I mean, to be fair, they do have to play PSG and then start the season, right? So listen, that PSG game could be. Listen, if you guys don't, I'm not joking when I say this. If you do not, I mean, listen, I think a lot of us here, obviously, you guys are under us going into that. But brother, have you been seeing what PSG have been doing to teams recently?
Yeah,
you guys don't.
I don't even want to think about. I don't even want to think about that.
I'm not even talking about you. I'm talking. I'm more worried for Thomas Frank, bro, because that's gonna be like his first actual like competitive game. And he's just gonna get like he could get the baptism of fire on that one. But yeah,
that's probably one of his first European games too.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
it's like welcome to European football, man. Welcome to European football. Jesus.
Baptism of fire. Yo, they have a bigger chance with a better chance with this guy than they have with Ange anyway. So
yeah, but you know,
instead of 8-0, it might be 6-0. You know what I mean? That's
honestly, I have zero expectations for that game. I'm just like in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm giving myself no attachment to that game.
You never know though. It is a one-off game though, so you never ever know. Like,
you know what's funny though, Mike? We did before. Obviously, Spurs won the whole Europa League thing. Yeah, me and Deji were doing shows with Northside, or even before that. Yeah, before we started Prem Talk, Omar. He kept trying to make us do this whole if Arsenal win the Champions League, win the Europa League, we meet each other in the Super Cup, whatever. And then he was trying to tell me we don't play the Conference League because we took ourselves out of that competition, you know, that kind of thing. That's what he was doing. And I was like, so when he obviously won the thing and he found out he's playing PSG, I was like, yo, can you just get yourself out of the competition on that one as well? Or what? You know what I mean? Because brother, like, difficult. Obviously, that's one of the games, but the only good thing about Thomas Frank now is that he can just, because he's adaptable, he can play in a way where it just suits the players that he has in it. Do you get it? So he might be able to get something out of them where it's a bit more controlled than what he was, you know, what Ange was trying to do, bro. Because what Ange was trying to do was just madness, bro. I can't lie to you.
It's who we are, mate.
No, he just
that's how we play, mate.
But he got a trophy. He won a trophy. So
yeah,
he scammed his way to it.
Ultimately, obviously, he had won something in it, and it's big because
Alfie's such a hater, man. Like I don't. It's funny. It's funny. It's so funny. It's funny. It's no, but even TJ
Ange on his own has a bigger European legacy than Arsenal.
Charlie, I was a DJ.
I'll give that one. You can have that one for free.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry, Alfie, man. Next season, man, your front line might be Garnacho, Mudryk, and Havertz, bro.
Bro, we're gonna don't worry, man. We will talk about all of that, man.
Look at it.
Can you write the season off already?
I mean, at this point, you might as well, bro. Like it's actually like peak for you guys. I'm not even kidding.
Man, link to Isak and that, bro. And you man are just saying, yo,
exactly, man. Like
$1 million for Mudryk.
Crazy, man. Crazy. It's crazy. But listen, I mean, look, obviously, there's a lot more games coming up, but I mean, listen, Mike, let's actually talk about West Ham start.
Not Mike want to skip that one, bro.
No. Listen,
Mike just want to talk football. You don't want to talk West Ham.
All right. Well, listen. The good news, I guess, I would say is that Mike, you are also starting your season against the relegation, a promoted team, by the way. Right, in Sunderland, right? And look, I'm not gonna lie, this Sunderland team, if they don't get any experienced players, man, I can see them getting baptized in this opening game against West Ham. I know, you know, you don't believe in it, but brother.
Omar doesn't know, blood.
Dude, look.
I mean, look. I've watched the conflict, conflict as well, yeah. So I know what's going through your mind, didn't it?
No, Mike, but I mean, look at these fixtures, right? So let's be real. This game against Sunderland is where you're going to be hoping to get your first win, right? Because next up to that is Chelsea, right? You're going to be facing Yasser in your next game, and then you got to go away to Nottingham Forest. And if they're as good as they were last season, then geez, that's going to be a long game for you guys. And then you have to go play Spurs, right? And you guys do have a good record against Spurs, but Crystal Palace. I mean, there's a lot of London derbies coming up for you guys in the opening game. Like too many London derbies. What is going on, right?
Oh my days.
And then Everton, then Arsenal. I mean, I'm looking at these fixtures. I would say December is probably going to be your toughest, right? Because you guys do have to play Liverpool, Bournemouth, and United during that
look
time.
At Prime in the chat as well.
But it's Prime. Get out of here, you absolute fraud. Yeah, don't worry. I know. You take your time. But Mike's, talk to me about your start of the season, man. Come on, man. Get it out of the way. Man.
This is Omar's channel, so I have to be nice. But like I can't say what I really, really want to say. I really, really think. But let me paint a picture for you guys, yeah? So last season, drew to Southampton at home. That's a promoted team. That's the worst team I've seen in the Premier League in my lifetime. Season before that, you've struggled to beat Luton away on their first home game, I'm pretty sure. Like, we just about beat them. Like, 2-1.
But you did. But you beat them. That's what's important, man.
Just about, though. That's the point. Like, Nottingham Forest before that, they beat us 1-0. Jesse Lingard played that game. Now he's in Japan or whatever, just doing up sushi.
Korea.
Like, bro, yeah, he's in Korea, bro. He's in Korea. It's madness. And bro, every single season, a promoted team will see West Ham and, like, they're fragile. Like, run them over, sort of thing. You've got the BMW, you're their pedestrian, just run them over, bro.
Damn.
Like, it's
don't signal.
Yeah, bro,
just turn. You know when the cyclist is going straight. You know when the cyclist going straight and you make that left turn and just take him out.
Bro, they're like a driver in East London, yeah. They don't indicate, just run them over, bro. Like, they're like a driver in East London, just run them over.
Said one of them ones.
Like,
oops.
Bro, legit, like, so seeing Sunderland, yeah, their first home game in 8 years in the Premier League. Like that, bro, West Ham's the best fixture you could get. That's your first home game. I promise you on my life it is. Like, Charlie talked about the transfer window, yeah, bro. I wanted the season to end. Now I've got to endure West Ham being linked and like being interested. I'm interested in a lot of things, you know.
I know that life.
Yeah,
interested
bro, legit,
FC.
yeah, we're not signing anyone. We're not signing anyone, and we're not selling anyone, bro. So nothing's changed right now. But it looks like we're gonna have to, bro. We're gonna start signing players at least like at end of July, roughly. So I don't know who's coming in. I don't know who's going out, and I'm looking at the fixtures. I'm like, I don't think there's a team that I would have picked to choose to play, like. Because I know what West Ham are going to do next season.
You're not confident at all.
I'm not confident against anyone. Against anyone. Like, and we don't have a good record against anyone. Like, our good records is like Tottenham at home. We've drawn the last 4 times we played them, or something like that. Three of the last 4. Like, bro, that's not a good record. That's a good record for West Ham, but that's not a good record in general. It's like we haven't lost against this team in a while in this time. Like, that's West Ham's good record right now. Like, then we got Chelsea afterwards, who beat us at home, who beat us at our ground. And we haven't lost to Chelsea at our ground in a very long time before that, when there was fans. And then we've got to go to Nottingham Forest, where we have never beaten them at the City ground since they come back. Wow. Then we've got to go to Tottenham, where we haven't won against them since 2021 at our ground.
At your ground? Wait, what?
Yeah, at our ground. Because we've drawn the last few times. It's just been 3-1-1.
Yeah, there was a lot of draws. Yeah, I mean, this season we drew.
Like, imagine West Ham going into this season with the same squad. Oh my god, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. Because, like, legit, like, you just put a West Ham midfield on the pitch. Any midfield is beating that midfield. Like, you've lost the game already by just lining up the midfield. That was the problem with West Ham last season. It's like any option in midfield, you've lost the battle by just putting out the lineup. So I need to see major change in the transfer window, and in my opinion, we need a lot of change in pretty much nearly every area of the pitch, and we've not got one area of the pitch sorted. We've released players, we haven't replaced them, so now we're light. And it doesn't look like we're going to spend any money anytime soon, because we're pretending like we're broke, even though we know we're not. We've got the 7th healthiest PSR in the league, and this comes pretending like we're broke. So I am not confident against anyone. I enjoy it. It's worse doing this on YouTube, by the way, because I'm going on every single channel trying to convince people that West Ham are shit, and people are like, "No, you're fine. You're fine.
No. So,
and I'm like legit, bro. It could get dark next season.
You know what the thing is, Mike, right? The problem with West Ham was such a weird club, and in that they will hire the worst managers, right? And they will back them like it's the end of the world, bro. They'll give them the best players, they'll give them the stars, they'll give them everything. And then they will stumble into a good manager, and for some reason now they just don't have the money, or they don't have the funds to be able to attract. Bro, you give all that money to Lopetegui, right? And now you have Potter, who could potentially help you guys. I don't know, get at least mid-table at the bare minimum, right? And you're not even gonna back this guy. Like, it makes no sense.
This reminds me of, this reminds me. Them the Sims here, they just dash the peas at the OnlyFans girl and all that again. And then he finally gets the girl he wants to marry. No. I can't take you to that restaurant. I'll just take you, you know what I'm saying, Subway and that. You know what I mean?
Do you guys know Dave Blunt? You know, the fat dude that's like on life support. Like,
oh man,
yeah. It's like
the fire engine guys have to come and pick him up through the window and you have to go to the hospital. Yeah.
We're him trying to move to Margot Robbie, bro. This is what we are. I said it when we were 17th that West Ham can't even attract like the 7 out of 10s in the window, bro. You got to, like, we're not even attracting the 4s. Like, you're the fat guy in the club trying to attract the fat girls, and the fat girls are turning you down. This is a problem. You can't even belly tap with your type. Like, this is a massive problem. Like, you're trying to chase the skinny girls, you can't even get the fat ones. You want good body shape, you can't even get the ones with bad body shape. This is West Ham United. Players that I don't like are turning us down, guys.
Wow.
Players I don't like and want better options. The ugly girls are like, I've reformed. I'm not going for the man who's in a gang. Like, this is the problem. Right. All our targets are turning us down anyway. Damn. I'm seeing Leeds go after West Ham targets and purchasing them. Leeds are signing players before us, guys.
Leeds United, you're losing.
We're getting more lonely in the we haven't signed a player yet. We're getting lonelier and lonelier, bro. Legit. We are getting lonelier and lonelier. Like, people say Leeds, Wolves, and Brentford will get relegated. They're signing players before us. It's a big problem.
It's mad, problem. We won't be able to do shows with mics anymore, fam. You know what I mean? He's gonna be linking the new wave of content creators that we don't really know about. You know,
hey, you got get me. You just got to get me as a neutral fan. I'm legit gonna have to be on YouTube as a neutral fan.
Yeah, you're just gonna be.
You know, we just bring him on and say, actually, you know how, like, Omar, you know how you and I are on like Northside's channel when it's all Arsenal. We're just the outsider, yeah. Mike,
it's like me on Prem Show, basically. It's like me on Prem Show. I'm just sitting there being the unbiased one in there, while everybody else is just actually being emotional.
Kind of link or whatever. Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to throw banter next season. I'm gonna be like traveling to the Den and like Vicarage Road and all these fucking stadiums, bro. I can't be bothered.
Millwall versus West Ham, man. We'll be there.
And no one cares about that apart from the only people that care about that is Millwall fans, man. Like, cause they get promoted, man. They get promoted, so they need us to get relegated to face them. Like, this is what I have to stoop to. I'm generally worried that we could get relegated next season, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm legit. This is what I'm gonna have to be.
Yeah, designated Arsenal here. To be fair, everybody in this kind of. To be fair, I'll be honest.
Even Alfie is an Arsenal here.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Here, bro.
Crazy, man. Crazy. But listen, guys, what's your reaction to like West Ham's start of the season, guys? Do any of you guys think that I'm reaching when I say, that opening game against West Ham?
No, you're reaching. Like, you're way reaching, blood. Mike just told you, that he could be potentially starting a team with a 5-0-5 formation, bro. He said he got no midfield yet, essentially. So he's gonna play a 5-0-5 formation, bro. Like, bro, and we've seen what happened to like a City and that when their midfield wasn't there. Do you get it? They was getting run through left, right, and center. Midfield is very important, and even the players that we see as their good players, maybe like a Paqueta or whatever, they haven't been that good for them either. Do you get it? So even losing them don't really mean that, it don't really do much for them, innit? So they still need to improve their team, bro. So not seeing someone like a West Ham improve their team is a bit weird. considering that they know that, okay, cool, you know what? We're looking like if we don't improve this, if we don't make the most out of this window, we can potentially get relegated. So, you know, if there's that kind of danger, usually, okay, cool, let's make the most use out of the whole window that we can. Do you get what I'm saying? So I hear where Mike comes from, bro. I hear it. You've opened up my mind when it comes to this West Ham stuff, bro. Even I've been telling people on Twitter, like, I've seen some guy say Kudus is amazing, and he said all these kind of things, and I was like, I put your link in there. I said, yo, just look at this guy's video, innit? And then just tell me what you think.
Hey, you see, this is the thing though. I've got to be the guy now on YouTube to tell everyone what West Ham players really are, because nobody watches West Ham, so they have a figment of imagination of the idea of what they actually think the player is. I've been watching a lot of streams in my spare time because I've had work off this week, so I get to watch people's streams and be like, what are these men saying about Kudus? Bro, you would have thought that Kudus, just won 3 Ballon d'Ors, bro. The way these men are talking about Kudus one bad days, like legitimately, it's like Kudus just stepped onto the pitch and everything he touched turned to gold, bro. It's like he's like the new Messi or some shit.
No, the Lamine Yamal, blood. It's how we're getting. It's how we're getting Lamine Yamal, bro. I swear
they think they're signing Yamal. They generally think they're signing Yamal. If you hear the way these men are describing Kudus, it's what Yamal is, bro. Like Kudus is not that. I can promise you that. I'm not calling him like shit or anything. I want players that I want out before him. But like, bro, the way these lot are talking about him, it's like, bro, he's won the Ballon d'Or already. Like, he's not even in the Champions League. You can't even win it. You can't even win that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not the savior, bro. And half of these teams are talking. He's not even gonna start for half these teams, bro. That he's been linked with. He's not even gonna start for half these teams he's been linked with.
So he won't start for Spurs.
No problem. You know.
No, he would start for Spurs, but I'm not. Charlie, would you say that's saying much? Like,
damn.
Kudus. It depends, right?
Nah, bro. He'll start. No. He'll start ahead of BJ, bro. I can't lie.
BJ. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, ahead of BJ, he would. Yeah, I agree with that.
Who else you got there though?
Well, the thing is, we're kind of short on the right. That's why we're looking at Mbeumo and stuff. But we've got Kulu who can play there, but he's better in the 10. So we're probably or hopefully going to sign someone there. I don't know who it's going to be, but yeah, I mean, Kudus, on form Kudus, 100% would start for us on the right.
But he won't start ahead of Esteval, though. You know, Esteval, he won't start ahead of Esteval.
I know, like, what's it called? Esteval is like cool, whatever, yeah. But this guy is like 16, 17, and we're saying Kudus doesn't start for a 16, 17-year-old. Bro,
no,
imagine,
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm taking it.
No, but imagine though, like you're 25-year-old. You imagine like the year 11 gets chiefed up by the year 7 in school. You're gonna look at him like, what the fuck?
You know what it is, Mike? Yeah, you know how I'm looking at it. Let's say we do bring in Kudus, and then obviously Esteval's gonna be here, innit? And imagine they both start playing in the league, and man, I'm saying your bench Kudus play the kid that's 16. Bro,
I will be there, yeah. If Kudus, like, because the only way I can see Kudus leaving, yeah, like, is if Chelsea pay the money and give us a player, because the price we're asking for is just below the release clause, and I don't think anybody actually wants to pay that much money for him. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, like, the 85 million release clause only lasts 10 days, and Chelsea are the only one that are like, okay, I'm actually going to pay the money rather than anyone else. Everyone else is just like, I'm going to, I'll pop.
Mike, I saw the links with Spurs, and I was kind of very surprised because, first of all, there's no way you guys would sell a player to us. No chance.
Yes, no chance.
There's no chance you'd sell a player to us. And secondly, yeah, the money, we're not going to, knowing our management and this chairman, we're not going to pay that money for one player. We're not going to spend
this is the
80 million on one player.
No.
Sorry, Charlie, yeah, but for me, what I was looking at when I seen it, we know that, okay, cool, maybe they'll never sell your player, yeah? But then you don't go in with like a disgusting bid. You know what I mean? You don't come in and say 50 million.
I don't know.
No, you inquired for 50 million, basically. You inquired.
Yeah. We get the point, though. Like, at least if you do want the player.
The thing is, I'm not surprised because that's the way our poisonous chairman operates. He lowballs for every player instead of just paying the money. And then for that reason, I'm not saying this is the case with Kudus or anything, but every summer we miss out on players for that reason because we always lowball. And then the clubs Charlie, feel insulted by the offer.
So, Charlie, are you saying then the 70 million for Mbeumo is a lie then, I guess?
maybe not on Mbeumo, because I mean Thomas Frank I think really wants him. Plus, I've seen, look, we paid 65 for Solanke, 60. We've paid that kind of maybe 70 is maybe a little bit more, but we've kind of paid, not very often, but we have paid money for players in sort of that bracket. So Mbeumo's a maybe, but I think anything more than that, I just can't see it, to be honest.
Jeez.
Like, imagine Daniel Levy, yeah, and David Sullivan trying to negotiate a deal.
Exactly.
You know how funny that is. You know how hilarious that the conversation is. Like,
exactly.
The only reason why, like, because our last deal that we were both involved in was Scott Parker. The only reason why he went there was because we got relegated. His dad's a Tottenham fan, so, and he wasn't being an England squad, so it makes sense, yeah. Like, that made sense at the time. But even with like this situation, yeah, like there's no way, like, because Sullivan and Levy love money when they're the ones trying to sell the player.
Mike, both of them, they always want to win. It's more important they win the negotiation rather than getting the player. That's the most important for both of them.
David Sullivan probably celebrated more selling Declan Rice than he did the Conference League trophy. I promise
you.
Same with Levy. He probably celebrated more when he sold Kane and
Kane and Bill and all those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But listen, we'll see what happens. But Yasser, let's talk about Chelsea start of the season. So I'm looking at these fixtures, right? Give me a second. Let me pull it up.
We've got some easy fixtures.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Listen, man. So what are you saying? Are you saying 5 games, 5 wins? I mean, Crystal Palace, West Ham, Fulham, Brentford, then United.
Yeah, I can't lie. From everyone that's on that list, yeah, we all know which one's the guaranteed win. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
United.
Yeah,
but you know what it is? This is what we needed, innit? Considering that we went straight, well, not technically straight, but we kind of went straight into the Club World Cup thing. And then from there on, we're only going to have a small break. My thing was, I didn't really want it to, like, me, it was a personal thing, innit? I just didn't want to see all these big teams all in one week, yeah? And then straight, like, you know, just starting to face, because I know the way we have some players that are injury prone and all that, you know what I mean? I was like, bro, I'm not just trying to get straight injuries and that. So now it's good that we have an easy start. You know, when I say easy start, I just feel like I'm disrespecting the team on that list. But when I look at like an Arsenal start or, you know, so other team starts or whatever, I realize that mine is considered more easy, innit? Do you know what I mean? But
well, I guess you could say it's favourable. I guess that's the word.
Yeah, favourable would be a better word. Yeah, if only my dictionary was that big. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't use all those words, blood. You know what I mean? My English is basic, bro. But I hear it, innit? Like, it has to be. We just have to get all the points. Like, we'll see what we end up in the season. I think the way we begin the season doesn't necessarily. Even if we end up winning all of these games, does not mean I'm going to see myself in the title race straight away, because I know what happened last season when we did have difficult games and we played well and done that. You know, our season just went downhill when we had easier games. So, yeah, man, like all of us here on the panel, I think what happens in the summer for all of us is kind of what dictates where we see our club going. Do you know what I mean? If you get good signings, Mike, you might not see yourself being relegated. Do you know what I mean? If we have certain signings, we might say, you know what, we might be challenging. Arsenal's Arsenal, innit? You know what I'm saying? If you get signings, you might go backwards. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not even a thing about, like, if I'm going to do what you're linked to.
Straight, man. Damn.
Yeah, it's not even a straight alpha, but you get the point, though, innit? Like, usually with signings, you're supposed to go forward, but you man sign things to go backwards, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. As you're a Chelsea fan, right? I mean, you must be glad. Every year, Arsenal seem to take your sort of scrubs every year.
Yeah, it's like we have this agreement thing, innit? Every year, you
know,
it's like them pimps, innit? They got bare gal, and then it's like you look at your friend, the one that don't get bare gal, you're like, you know what? I'll give you this one, bro. I'll finish with that. You know, you can take it. You know, bro. I swear, it's like they got Kepa, and man are still saying, "Yo, Mudryk," and it's coming. Like the news was what I read earlier is that Arsenal think he's available for between 45 or 40 M's to 55 M's. My brother, they're gonna be paying for whoever we end up getting, like a part of the deal for Kudus or a Katike if you do end up going for him. Does that make sense?
Hey, yes, sir. That's half a Declan Rice, bro.
That's a half. And then when you think about it, you know the money we got for Kepa. If we do go back in, we end up getting Manyan. Does that make sense?
Well, they fund them. Who did they fund? Who did they fund when they bought Havertz? Like
Havertz.
Yeah. When they bought Havertz, so that was 2 years ago.
It was a 66.
Bro, you expect me to know who they funded? Look how many players my team buys, bro.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did you get Caicedo?
I forgot you guys bought about 50 players that window.
Yeah.
Wait, you got Caicedo in that window.
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we bought all these players.
Caicedo, bro. They bought Havertz and funded Caicedo, bro. What the hell?
Lavia, Caicedo, all those guys.
Caicedo, they helped us. Instead of a yeah.
Bro, think about it for 1 second, right? Arsenal bought Jorginho in January of the season before, then bought Kai Havertz. They basically helped Chelsea clear their deadwood so that they can bring in players like a Caicedo and a Lavia and all these guys for space.
Let me tell you this though, yeah. I don't know if anyone else has seen on here, but I sent the PSR thing to Troops this morning, yeah. And then he ended up doing a show with his the little transfer thing. And he went over the PSR, yeah, because Mike's seen the one where they were around your position with the PSR thing, yeah. But then the Athletic released the other thing where it told you how much money they are able to lose, yeah. And then in danger of PSR, brother, it's like 97 million, bro. That's before buying Zubimendi. So which means once you buy Zubimendi, obviously you've done the Klarna prepayment thing, whatever you want to call it, deposit, buy it later, mortgage, whatever you want to call it. So which means it's only going to be like 20 million a year, yeah? Which means you still have space in the thing. But whoever you end up buying is going to be mad. Like, you're going to have to end up selling. The problem is that over the years, in the last couple of years, like before the whole PSR thing ended and it starts again, we have bought and sold so many players at certain rates that our PSR is high in it. As in, we're in such an agreement that this is why people like teams like City spend so much money. We're able to spend so much money, but people never tell you that. They would just say, "How can that team spend so much money?" That's all you really hear, yeah. But that's because they sell players so well. Whereas with Arsenal, bro, you look over your team. Literally, you bought Zubimendi, Jorginho's left, now Partey's leaving. So basically, 1 step forward, 3 steps back. You're not improving your midfield.
It's like it's like you know when people say I'll never go back to your exes. It's like that's like what we're doing, just going backwards every single time.
Alfie, don't worry. Listen, I have some transfer news for Arsenal. I'll ask you about all of those things. I'm just gonna let you marinate. But big up to my guy Prime for being here. We're actually on the Chelsea segment, so you actually arrived right on time, right? So you've seen the fixtures for the season, right? Obviously, you guys do have Palace, West Ham, and United during your first 5 games this season. What are you saying? You're saying that do you see yourselves like having a good start to the season? Maybe getting like 5 wins out of your first 5 from these fixtures. Look at it.
Our opening. I have it up. Our opening fixtures are they're good. It's not, when I look at the starts other teams have, like in theory, it's relatively favorable. The Palace at home, West Ham at their ground, Fulham at the Bridge, Brentford at their ground. So 4 London derbies, which is a good thing considering the end to the season that we've just had, and now we're in this Club World Cup, and then maybe not getting much of a preseason with our players. The fact that we're not going to have to do a lot of traveling is actually quite good. So yeah, I don't know. I'm happy. As happy as it can be with the fixtures. I think it's going to be. I think it's quite good. And then after that, those 4 we're playing like United and stuff, and
United, Liverpool, and Forest, and this. Forest,
so that's good. So at least we can build up maybe some sort of like momentum and stuff, and get players like up to speed and whatnot. But yeah, the fixtures that we have is actually quite good. But can I speak on Madueke stuff?
I was gonna get into it, but hey, all right. Listen, we're gonna talk about Madueke.
We make our own. When is this kind of bomb, Omar? We make our own transfer section. You know.
By all means.
Listen. I I thought you guys would go for Nkunku, so I'm surprised that's Madueke, the Chelsea player you want. I thought it'd be Madueke next season. Mike, remember I said that? It's Madueke next year. So, Arteta's a year ahead, man. He's ahead of schedule. I don't know.
You never know,
the annual buy. The annual
could be
buy
getting Nkunku from wherever he ends up going next.
It's weird because rivals love to say that Chelsea is always stealing everyone else's transfer targets. Well, but no one talks about Arsenal always stealing Chelsea's rejects.
What was it? They said the Chelsea retirement home.
The Chelsea retirement.
I like what Turkish called it. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. He called it the home for abused footballers.
Yeah, man. You guys are always taking our hand-me-downs, bro. It's crazy. It's kind of like we're Drake and your party, bro. It's crazy, man.
Damn. Wow. I mean, you know what, Alfie, I've been letting you be quiet for a while.
Hold on, Alfie. Speaking of party, he's a free agent now.
Yeah, I know.
Going to sign him. So what's going on there? You guys not getting Zubimendi, the guy that you're apparently signed in January, even though he's on it's a release clause.
They got the third bomber, bro. They just got the third bomber.
Here we go. Guys need a midfielder. If you need a midfielder, you've got Dewsbury Hall.
No, listen. Oh, actually, no.
You're laughing. He starts for Arsenal.
Mike's just thinking I can't get rejected again.
I've barely seen him, to be fair, so I don't know.
Dewsbury Hall has a left 8. It works.
Hey, maybe you can play Rice in actual position.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, though, Prime, man. Remember Dewsbury Hall in it? You know what I mean? Conference League, Dewsbury Hall.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Listen, Arsenal, the players Arteta signs from Chelsea are winners. Dewsbury Hall has won a European trophy. Arsenal don't have one. So, I mean...
Alfie, listen. I will ask you about your fixture because you know what it is, right? We are gonna get into Arsenal fixtures. That's why I was gonna let Alfie kind of get off everything he has to say because he's been quiet. He's been catching strays throughout the start of the stream, right? I'm gonna give you a moment, but Prime, so what you're saying about the start of this season is that do you expect maybe a good start for you guys, especially with the fixtures? Like you mentioned, most of your fixtures are in London. So are you
the first four are in London. So yeah, I'm confident.
All right. Well,
so
yeah. Okay. I mean, listen, Alfie, you've been quiet, but listen, let's get to the Arsenal fixtures, because typical season, man. Look at that. First game of the season, you get to play Manchester United, then you have to go to Leeds, then you have to go to Liverpool. Where's
the United game?
Hold on, right here. Right here, Old Trafford. They have to go to Old Trafford on the opening day. Then they have to play at home to Leeds. Then they have to play away to Liverpool. Then they're back home against Nottingham Forest. Then they're off to City. Then Newcastle. Then West Ham. Then Fulham. Then Crystal Palace. Then Burnley. Bro,
they're losing against West Ham.
What in the hell? Why, bro? What is going on with the fixtures, bro? This is your first 10 games of the season, Alfie, right? This is your first 10 games. You are playing against United. You can say whatever you want about United, but this is Old Trafford, right? Then you have to play Liverpool away. Then you have to play Nottingham Forest, and if they're as good as they were last season, then that's going to be tough. Then you have to play against City, who are not going to be as bad as they were last season. Then you have to go away to St. James's Park, where you got a terrible record recently. Then you have to play West Ham, who beat you last season at the Emirates. And then you have to play Fulham, which is a London derby.
You know what makes it worse, though?
Bro, this is...
You know what makes it worse, Omar? I've read earlier that Emi Martinez has said yes to Manchester United. So they might not even win the first game. No, maybe no Onana in goal, blood. You know them what's if that happens.
Mike's. Once the season starts on Wednesday, when the season starts, every Wednesday for about 2-3 months, we need to clear it. It's going to be Arsenal cooking tomorrow.
We'll find a way regardless, bro.
Man United. Yeah. This man, but Højlund up top. Don't let him score. Don't let him score the winner.
Hey, Højlund against Gabriel and the changing room merchant, bro. Oh my god.
And the thing is, right, this is not even a good thing for for people who want Arteta gone. You do know the excuse is going to be the FA.
Yeah, of course.
The fixtures.
Yeah, the excuse has already been made. The fixture list
Yeah.
has already given the excuse for the end of the
So
season.
even if you lose games, it won't
already
matter.
been
It's going to be Berta didn't back Arteta in the summer with the striker. You know, FA shagged us, refereeing decisions. Man United scammed away. It's going to help, bro. We can see it already, man.
I ain't trying to hear it.
Have you man not heard? Have you not heard what Igal said?
Yes, let's listen to what
Alfie, come on.
Alfie,
I ain't trying to listen to all the fucking excuses. I ain't trying to listen to it. Oh, the PGMOL scammed us. Doesn't matter. We played the same teams twice anyway. So what does it matter what order the games are in? Fair enough. We're playing the majority of the teams that finished in the top 5 in our first 5 games. What is it? Forest, Newcastle, Liverpool. We're playing all the teams that finished in the top 6, or the majority of them. Doesn't matter. But then again, I look at the same team. I'm looking at the team. We're not signing anyone. We're 19 days into June. We had a little mini transfer window for the Club World Cup. We signed no one then. We were told back in February, March that Zubamendi was coming through the door. We was told by Fabrizio it was a here we go. Yet we've heard nothing since. In fact, tell a lie, we have heard something. We heard from Zubamendi that it's going to be a long summer. And now we've got Partey going, not signing a new contract. Obviously, I spoke about all that shit on my transfer video, but that's exactly why I'm saying, can we just sack the season off now? Because honestly, I've got no hope. I have no hope. I haven't even made a predictions video yet for the season, but I'm already predicting us to finish outside the top 4 at this rate. And I'm not even saying that because I want Arteta gone. I'm just saying that because it's facts. We're not signing anyone. We're not bringing anyone in. And as far as signing Chelsea rejects, I mean, come on now. When are we going to learn? Can anyone on the panel name me a Chelsea player that's left Stamford Bridge and gone to Arsenal and actually done well? Like anyone. Can anyone name one?
Arsenal fans were saying that David Luiz was better than our centre backs when you signed him.
Oh fuck!
Arsenal I'm answering the question properly.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Arsenal fans said Havertz is one of the top best strikers in the league.
Oh come on!
Jorginho's better than Enzo and Caicedo. Willian still starts for Chelsea. I was hearing all these things, so
Willian's better than Ziyech. Remember that video from Robbie back in the day? Willian's better than Ziyech.
Yeah, all these Arsenal fans are on spice, bruv. I'll tell you that now.
Yeah, but remember, they also said that they'll take Martinelli over Mbappe, whatever it was at the time. Who was it?
Oh my god!
Yeah, the swap. They said they wouldn't.
They also said that they wouldn't get rid of Saka for Premier League title. So it's great.
Bro. I mean this when I say this. I remember recently I was watching one of Northside streams, right? And you know that Rory talks Arsenal, that guy.
Oh,
right?
I can't stand him.
Bro, this is the brother one time was asked to do a combat. They were asking him players between the Chelsea team of like I think 05-06 and the Arsenal team of recently, right? And this brother, this absolute fraud, chose Saliba over John Terry, bro.
Is that the Chelsea defense that conceded 15?
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
There's a reason for that, though.
He said he would take Saliba off like 2 seasons ago.
Pause, but Saliba's more attractive than John Terry. So I get it. If that's his reason, I get it then.
Yeah, that's not even the worst one. That's not even the worst one.
Wait, what's the thing they say with Odegaard? The hair flicks or something? They were
hair flick or snot on the sleeve.
Don't worry.
No, it's the snot into the hair flick that he does.
Oh, that's what it is.
Saliba has, you know what it is, Mike? Saliba has pocket pussies, man.
Don't get me wrong. Saliba's a good defender. But at the end of the day, these Arsenal fans need to stop dick riding Saliba because otherwise Saliba might end up filming it.
Bro, Gabriel has been a better good defender. Listen. Let's call this out for what it is, bro. Last 2 seasons, Gabriel has been your best defender. I'm not saying Saliba has been bad, but Gabriel has been better. I'm not
Omar,
saying.
What was the team that Rory picked? The combined 11. What was the team? Do you remember?
Oh yeah. By the way, this not even the worst one. You know the worst one? He chose Rice over Lampard, bro. The moment he said that, I just
Lampard. I thought it'd be Makelele. Fairs, man. Okay,
brother.
Rice are better than Lampard.
Even if it was Makalele, I would have been like, nah.
And you know what's funny, right? These people think that by saying these things, right, they're going. See, this is the thing, right? A lot of these people, they just want to go viral. But the problem with this is you're going viral at the expense of your club. This is why no one takes your club seriously. Everybody laughs at your club. It's because of people like you. You understand what I mean, right? Not you, Alfie, but these people, right? Because they clip this shit. They will clip this shit and they will remind you. Remember when is this you? You know that meme of this is this you? That's them, bro. Right? When they've got the Lampard. I thought you said Lampard. I thought you said Rice was better than Lampard, bro. I thought Saliba was.
It's like when a certain Arsenal fan said that Mikel Arteta is building an Arsenal team similar to Pep's prime Barcelona. I wonder who said that. I wonder.
You know what's happening to them?
I don't even know who said that, but I can have a good guess. I knew it. I was about to.
Someone
know
said
what's happening to them, man.
I agree with the guy that said it in it, but someone said it in it.
You know what it is though, Prime. We know what's happening to these Arsenal fans now, bro. They're getting Botox and that, fam. You know what I mean? They can't keep up the pain.
Yeah.
You know, they can't keep up the pain and that, man. They have to get lip fillers and that. You know what I'm saying? To make it look like you're happy.
but listen, but
force the happiness, bro.
But on a real outfit, right? But on a real
instead of forcing something else, man.
Yeah, but oh my god.
I didn't say anything.
But on a real outfit, right? Obviously, you know, you guys have been linked to, you know, Mudryk today.
He's a baller, bro.
Crazy thing is, yesterday I saw no side stream where he was talking about you guys agreeing a deal with Sesko. Apparently, you're gonna be spending about 90 million on Sesko.
Euros.
90 million on Sesko when Gyökeres is over there going for 80.
Mike, dude, what did I say?
I also read that apparently they're put off with the price of Sesko as well. They want that cut down. So, hey,
Watkins.
No Gyökeres, no Sesko. You've got Rashford at home.
No, Nkunku. Oh, Prime, don't ruin it, Prime.
Come on, bro.
We have our own business to do.
Bro. We'll sell Nkunku regardless. Let them get Rashford, man. Don't be selfish.
Oh, you want double? Okay. Back up left wing. Okay, yeah.
Hey, Rashford has a 9. Mudryk off the left. Yeah, let's ball, man.
This is how confident we are of selling. Like, we're even selling you other people's players. Not our players, because they're going anyway.
I'll do the United deal for Rashford. Don't worry, I'll do it, man. It's fine.
But listen, Mudryk is Robin-esque, bro. You can't miss out on this deal, bro. The way he cuts in,
he's better. Hey, Robin's never won the Conference League, man. He's better than Robin.
Robin's never shagged Euros.
Hey, facts, man, facts.
Do you know who's on a free right now? Who's a striker, Premier League proven, English. He's just been released by an English club. Danny Ings. Danny Ings he's just been released.
Oh, Danny Ings.
He's just been released by West Ham.
You mean
Inzaghi, man? Danny. That's what I'm saying, man. Danny Inzaghi, man.
Danny Inzaghi. You'll be a manager in a couple of years, and he'll be doing 5.
I mean, if you want ex Chelsea as well, you can have Werner. He's there.
He wants to go back.
Charlie, the way it works, you have to be directly from Chelsea.
Right. Fair enough.
By the time Tottenham and Arsenal negotiate, the deadline they will hit. Do you know what I'm saying?
He's at Leipzig now. He's at Leipzig again.
He was. We only had him on loan. He's gone back.
Oh, he's back. Hey, Alfie, on the bright side, at least the goalkeeper you took was could have been Sanchez.
Yeah. Even I felt for Mike's when he was linked to Sanchez. I was like, no, not to Mike, bro.
Another thing that pisses me off. You know that Eduardo Hahn off of Twitter.
Yeah.
A few years ago, man was talking about how shit Kepa was, and he was a shit goalkeeper. Now he's all on Twitter going, "Welcome Kepa, welcome to the Arsenal." And shout out to Lewis for saying this. And he quote tweeted it and said, "Was this not you?" Like, these Arsenal fans, they don't keep it 100 no more. Like, in fact, they never did.
Yeah,
I'm probably in the minority of fans that keep it 100. Like, stop buying Chelsea players. Because it's never worked. It's never worked. First one I remember was William Gallas. Remember him chucking a strop on the pitch at St Andrews? We gave him the number 10 for fuck's sake.
And he's a centre-back.
Oh, man says St Andrews. It's not St Andrews anymore, bro. They changed the name. Since Tom Brady came in, he's changed the name. I live down the road from it. say the new name, bro. You know what
what's the
new name? What's the name? I don't even know. What's the name?
1 second. Because
you just said you live 10 minutes away and you don't know the name, bro. Come on, man.
Bro, American owned now, bro. What can I do, man? You know what I'm saying?
What, are you American owned? You should know it, bro.
Not the stadium, bro. They changed. Hey, I worked there, bro. I didn't know. Yeah, it's called at Nighthead Park.
What the fuck?
So for people who don't know what
Andrews at Nighthead Park.
That sounds like a
don't know what Alfie's talking about. This is Eduardo Pagan talking about the signing of Kepa. And this is Lewis bringing up the receipts.
Yeah, shout out Lewis.
Yeah. And those tweets are recent as well. Oh my god.
Yeah, of course.
Wow. No, this is 2020. This is last year.
Yeah. He even laughs at him saying Kepa's back. Look at Trossard.
Oh yeah, Trossard.
I'm joking.
Bro, there's receipts on Gal cussing Havertz at Chelsea. The next day he signs for Arsenal. All of a sudden he's the best. So
this is the thing, isn't it? This is the thing. This is the problem with some of these people. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like they're so oblivious to their surroundings. That's their problem, Prime. They are so oblivious to their surroundings. They don't see any, like, they think that the internet forgets, right? So they'll say some stupid shit.
Yeah,
right?
But to quote Mike's, I've got receipts. That's
what I'm saying. This is why, like I've always said, like, the thing with me is nobody can ever catch me out of saying anything. Because this is the thing with me. I'm always smart. I always know what I say and always remember when I said it. So you feel me, right? So when I say something, I'm like, oh, well, it is. I did say that one time. Right?
No, but this is the thing though, Omar. If you're saying what's actually on your mind, or that's your belief, yeah, you will know it because that was actually your belief.
That is my point.
You come back later and ask me, I was like, okay, yeah, I believed he was good at the time because of X, Y, and Z, or whatever. But that's because that was your actual belief. If I came here and said, oh, Mudryk is so good, and that's not what I actually believe, when you ask me later, I won't remember. Because that's not my actual thought. I just made it up on the spot.
That's the problem.
You know what I mean? So yeah, they're just making things up on the spot, bro. It's all about like making it look like you're the best fan and you love the club so much, so you have to like gas everything up.
The idea of being fans, Yasser, is always supporting everything the club brings. Here's the thing, brother. I've said this before, even on my stream. I said, listen, man, just because you criticize or you're critical about your club doesn't mean you don't love your club. This is the facts here, right? If you have a brother or a sister or someone close to you, a family member who you love, and you see the guy is addicted to alcohol or drugs, bro, you're not just gonna sit there and be like, but I don't want to tell him because I don't want to hurt his feelings. No, bro.
What's up, cokehead?
Yeah, but you don't understand, guys.
That's the thing, isn't it?
You know,
Yes. You know how people always point the finger at people like Northside for not going to games, right? Here's the funny thing. If you, and I'm not even talking specifically any of you, right? But I'm just using a point here, right?
Yeah.
You know, you have a family member that is doing drugs. Every time you give this brother money, he's going to go buy drugs. Are you gonna keep giving him money?
No. But what you guys don't understand is it takes time, guys. You need to build.
But listen to this, Omar. Yeah. Listen to this, Omar. There was one time. So there's a Morrison's, in it, not far from me, and then basically when you drive out the Morrison's, there's the traffic lights, isn't it? So there's like a long queue, everyone's waiting in the car, it's red. There's always homeless guys walking up and down there, innit? So we were fasting at the time, me and my mom. So we're in the car, yeah. I pulled up and I was like, Mom, yeah, he's gonna ask you for money, innit? Because at this point, you know what I want. So I've pulled up. My mom was like, listen, I ain't got no money, but I got dates. Because she had dates with her. He's like, nah, give me the money, bro.
That's awesome.
He was like, what? No, blood, give me the money. We were just dying, yeah. My mom was shocked because she was like, I said that. Sometimes, bro, this is the analogy I always used to use. I used to say, yo, you can have your brother with you. We know before you cross the road, even if you know that, okay, he can make his own decisions. If you feel like he's in danger, you pull him back before he crosses the road. Yep. Do you get the point? So, if we think that something might not be going well, you help someone out, kind of thing, innit? But these men just think I'm running on the road and Arteta will save me, blood. You know, or Raya will save me, whatever.
That's the problem with these people, yeah? Because a lot of times, a lot of these people, I wouldn't necessarily question their love for their club, right? But I've said it before. if you're someone who's been supporting a football club your whole life, you have an attachment to that club. Guess what, bro? If you see something not good enough, you call it out. That doesn't make you less of a fan. It just means at the end of the day, you care too much, right? To just not let it just marinate the way it is. You feel me, right? At the end of the day, I've seen Prime be critical of Chelsea. I have heard Jesse be critical of Chelsea. I've seen Charlie be critical of the Spurs. I've seen Mike. He's still critical of West Ham, and Alfie is critical of Arsenal. At the end of the day, it's not about trying to be negative. If the club was doing the right things, bro, we would be sitting here being shameless.
Listen, since Mike's won the Conference League, he's always been one-sided. You know what I'm saying? It's always been at the negative.
Before the Conference League, what do you think I was doing before the Conference League, bro? Exactly.
Since Payet left, we haven't seen anything positive. I'm joking.
Still critical.
West Ham went downhill when they saw Declan Rice. I keep saying.
See, this is the thing. It's exactly what you said. It's exactly what you said, Omar, about like, oh, fans will believe that if they're critical about the club, that they're not actual fans. Do you think when a manager's critical towards a player, does that mean everyone's going to come out and say that the manager's not a real coach?
Facts. I mean, bro, that's why I used the analogy. This is why I used the analogy earlier about having a family member or someone that you care about who's going through something like this, right? Bro, if you see the person messing, ruining their lives, and you're sitting there watching them, then what kind of a family member are you, bro? Because shouldn't you be the one? This is my point, because you are sitting there saying, bro, I don't want to hurt him. I know he's going through a lot of pain, so I don't want to keep hurting him by telling him that the fact he's going through is actually making things worse for him. Do you understand what I mean? It's like, brother.
Kodak Black. Arsenal Kodak Black. Arsenal Kodak Black right now.
Oh, it's the perfect. This is why I use the analogy, because in real life, that's how people are like, bro. If you have someone in your life who's going through some shit and you're not telling them to stop, or you're not being critical of them, guess what, bro? They're never gonna see their mistakes, because you, the person that's supposed to care about them, are saying nothing. So guess what? If the clubs themselves come out, if Arsenal, the fans, all of them are unison coming together and saying, this is not good enough, in unison, guess what? The club will have no other choice than to actually be active, because they know that it's affecting their pockets. The club is saying, well, we're not spending any money. We are not spending anything.
The problem is Arsenal dropping merch, bro. They dropped merch the other day, and it looks like Primark shirt, and they just put the little gun thing that, you know, this thing, this thing here. They slapped this thing here at the front, and then sold it for £60, bro.
Yeah, but what you guys don't understand is, like, for a lot of Arsenal fans, the reason why they're happy with what's going on is because, like, take it back, say almost a decade ago, 2016, 15, 17, etc., when they're like getting laughed at in the Champions League, laughed at in the league, barely scraping top four. Yeah. They just wanted to just be part of the conversation, which is what they are now. Because we can laugh, but they finished second in the league twice. They've just reached the semi-final of the Champions League. They are in the league conversation in their heads, and that's why they're happy with what's going on. They've not seen anything better. Because let's be real, this is, at least in terms of on paper, like with results, this is the best Arsenal team since the Invincibles. This is the best for a lot of Arsenal fans. On paper, this is the best but like for a lot of Arsenal fans, this is the best they've ever seen Arsenal.
Fun fact though, the Invincibles, they bottled it in Europe as well. Fun fact.
Yeah, Henri, we know about that fraud.
They bottled it as well.
Chelsea in 04, man. Yeah,
listen. Yo, you know how weird it is to see a Tottenham fan.
We've got the most European heritage in North London. It's just a fact.
I thought you saying about just about say London.
You put the north on the side. It's like North London, okay?
But this is the thing, though, yeah. They look at everything on paper, but at the same time, I seen this African goon or whatever his name is the other day on, I think it was on DG or whatever, like Deluded Gooner's channel. And after he's waffled back and forth with Aaron Talks Arsenal, if you know him, yeah.
Yeah, big up Aaron.
When he got to the end, man said, by the way, I think he started watching football. He didn't even see 04. He didn't even see 05. So these man haven't seen anything, bro.
See, that's the thing.
They're thinking FA Cup. You know what? I'm challenging. So challenging is supposed to be the higher thing. But they're also looking at everything on paper. Second on paper looks good. But in reality, bro, if you look at everything that's happened this season, well, the one that's just passed, that's gone by, all of us, most of our teams in terms of the top four have kind of been trash. If you look at it in terms of challenging or winning the league, yeah. So, bro, after Liverpool, who they haven't really challenged in terms, I'm talking about Arsenal not challenging Liverpool, yeah, they're automatically going to be second, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be second because City fell off. Everyone else fell off, kind of thing, or didn't really play that well in terms of winning the league. Tottenham, you were at the top of the table, but if you put it upside down, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
man, I'll tell you, if we didn't win that trophy, we would have had the worst season in our history.
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. The league table is lying, bro. The league table.
We can say that, but that's my point, though, Yasser, because everything on paper looks good, and these guys didn't see Arsenal's true success. Everyone talks about invincibles, but like, how many of them actually have lived through that? They haven't. This is the best Arsenal they've seen,
and they have the loudest voice, bro. If you really realize it, like,
bro, you hear things like you hear things like Saka's better than like Perez and Number. You hear things like that.
Brother, Saka's a left back that's playing at right wing. I'll never really.
Havertz and Bergkamp, bro. You hear things like that. People didn't live through this. Saliba
this is the thing, though, yeah. The problem is that they'll tell you Saka's world class, blah blah blah. And
this is the problem.
The prime example, though, Omar, yeah. Look at like a Declan Rice. He's not a bad player, innit? But he's not 100 million. Even Mike's, he pocketed the money, is what it is. He finessed them. He's gonna tell you he's worth 100 million, but in reality, he's not. But this is the thing, though, yeah. Like, if you really look at it, okay, maybe he's been played in the wrong position or whatever, but since the Euros, he's been dog shit in it. There's only a couple of games where he's done his thing. Because even in the Euros, I've seen man have to hold his hand, like Kobe Main was holding his hand in midfield, all these players have to hold his hand, because otherwise you don't do anything, bro. Do you get me? You can't play him in between the lines. You can't play him because he just hides behind his man. But these man would tell you, because the 2 free kicks put him in player of the season. You know, and that was in the Champions League.
Yeah, so this is the problem with them. Yeah, I was like, I said this when we sold them to them. It's like, you want to leave to win trophies, yeah, and you've gone to Arsenal. But my parents are West Ham fans. They were like to me, my dad was like to me, oh, but he was like, I'm not sure they'll win something. He might win something. I was like, listen, he's not winning anything there. Just like unless the FA Cup maybe, but they don't even go for that. They're not going to win the league. They're going to win the Champions League. This is what they do, yeah. They signed Rice to play ahead of Partey, but then shifted Partey to right back at the start of the season.
Exactly.
Square pegs and round holes.
Partey's been better than Rice. Partey's been better than Rice, but they're trying to ignore it because he had, they don't like him anymore because apparently he had some allegedly stuff, whatever. So they want to put all the love towards Rice. So now they want to prop him up because everyone else has thingy. But the good players, they don't rate the good players or the players that are actually playing well sometimes because they just want to prop the guy they like. And that doesn't work because as soon as they see a player that's better than him that comes in, that player gets ditched, bro. If Nico Williams came in or Rodrigo came in, they would have fully forgot about Martinelli.
Yep. Yeah, but that's because that's social media. You go with social media, what's popular is the in trend. When they bought big up, yes, sir. When they bought Zinchenko, he was the best left back in the league. Jesus, when they bought him, he's the best striker in the league. Oh, now they get Havertz. Havertz is now the best striker in the league. Now it's
Prime. It's the new toy thing. It's like when you get a new toy as a kid.
It's a new thing. That. Oh, I'm not selling Martinelli for Mbappe, but if they sign Mbappe tomorrow, all of a sudden he's the best player of all time. Like that's what Arsenal fans do. They over gas everything, so then you have rivals who are just gonna fight back against it, and it's like, I mean, it must be annoying for people like Alfie who just want to be honest about what's going on. But you know, in reality, listen, 5 more years, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sorry, I got something happened to my back as soon as I was trying to make my point about Rice, bruv. Like they signed Rice, yeah, they played him in the fucking 6, yeah, shifted Partey to right back. They said obviously the whole Rice better than Partey thing. Then they realized, shit, this guy can't pass it between the lines. Fuck, what are we gonna do? They played Jorginho there, and then play Rice in the 8. They realized, he's not that good in the 8. And what did you sign him for? What did you sign him for, bro? 105 million. What was your plan? What was your plan? Like, if you watch West Ham, double pivot, ball winner, simple. The Arteta ain't like gonna adapt to the signings where they have no plan, bruv. I'll tell you, I wanted man to play in the 8 just so you can have 6 foot man around you all the time.
Wait, are you saying Arteta is I think he's a modern day woman. Just wants a 6 foot man.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, legit. Arteta's got high standards, but I want a high value man, but I'm just like shit, bro.
Arteta wants a high value man, but he's always dating scumbags. There's man.
Yeah. Exactly.
Listen. I mean, here's the thing. At the end of the day, yeah, that's really Arsenal in general for you. And so and this is the thing, right? I know for a lot of the younger fans who this is like the only thing that they're used to, right? Like this is like the best that they've seen Arsenal. I kind of do feel bad a little bit for them because they have never really gone through like the Invincibles and the Champions League finals, do that team, right? They didn't really experience it firsthand. They know about those teams, but they never experienced it firsthand. They don't know how good a guy like Freddie Ljungberg was, right? How good a player like Robert Pires was. They didn't see it, right? For me, when I really start having issues is when I listen to the OGs. The OG fans, right, who have been watching Arsenal since the 80s, right, try to convince the younger fans that a player like Saka would be in that invincible team. That's when I'm like, okay, see, I can hear this when it comes to like other fans, right? I can hear this when it comes to the other fans, but you guys, this is embarrassing. Like it's clearly just propping up, like trying to get the younger fans to support, but it's absolutely stupid for me. It's absolutely stupid.
I'll never understand Arsenal fans. Yeah, legit, bro. You got to put up with the fan, but the thing is, when you got to put up with the shit from people like us, when we're just bantering Arsenal, you got to be the face of it. Unfortunately, like it's not even you that's saying this shit. You got to take for unfortunately for you, you're the guy that takes the brunt for the weirdos out there.
Yeah, embarrassing. By the way, the Inter Miami just came from a goal down and they lead in 2-1. Crazy.
For me, it's like them ones where like obviously them ones where the man them get sent to pen, and because I'm the one that didn't snitch, I got the most time. That's how I feel when it comes to being an Arsenal fan.
That's actually a good analogy. That's a good analogy. That's a good analogy, bro. So because you keep your standards high, you're the one that's suffering the most.
Yeah, I get painted with the same brush, and I can't stand it.
Yeah. You didn't take the play deal off it.
I mean, next time snitch on DT
then. There's plenty of people out there that will do that for me, but. It's like I said to you and Max yesterday, Prime. Like, fair enough. Like, I understand that fans out there they want to be part of the conversation because we've been shit for so long, and now we're in a position where we can compete. We've been competing. We tried competing. I don't want to just be part of the conversation anymore. I want to be the topic of conversation. But because these men are out here saying, "Oh yeah, it's fine. We beat Real Madrid in a 2-legged tie in the Champions League. We pray for PSG. We got duppied in Paris."
Yeah.
The last time that happened, actually,
so much time.
Shit, yeah, fuck, yeah.
Jesus.
You know why it's called Mandem in part? Never mind.
You know why they said that the Mandem were duppied in Paris? Because the Mandem were duppied in Paris. Simple as that.
Big up Skelly and Saka and the rest of the Mandem.
My God.
Sorry, Omar.
All right, man. All right. Anyways, I mean, listen. Let's move on. Obviously, I do want to talk about something in regards to Chelsea. Prime. So, recently this news has been going crazy recently. It's about one of your forgotten players, a man like Mikhailo Mudryk. Looks like the guy. He might be facing a long-term ban. Like apparently, he might be facing around 4 years out of the sport. So what? So what do you think about this? Like, because let's be honest, right? Can I ask this, Prime? Do you think this guy might probably be the worst signing Chelsea has ever made? Because remember how much you guys spend on him and everything that's happened since.
The worst signing we've made now.
History in your entire history. I mean, you spent 100.
No.
I think you spent almost 100.
We didn't spend 100 million on him. We spent like 60.
Yeah, but still, man, 60 million.
60 million in this day and age. 60 million is not a lot. I mean, Declan Rice cost 105 for 1 year left on his contract, so 60 million.
But for what this guy's offered.
I mean, he's offered a trophy for Chelsea. Declan Rice hasn't. But anyways, no. Being serious, being serious.
Wow.
Whatever. I don't think it's that deep. I mean, like he got banned back in like December or something, and apparently they're waiting on a B sample for all these months. And then Palmer got the 10 shirt like 2 weeks ago, so it was always going to happen. For me, what I'm more concerned about is who can we sue to get some money back, or maybe to stop us from having to pay the rest of the installments, because that's what we did with the payment. We did it in installments, and so is it the Ukrainian FA or something that are responsible for this? Because this happened when he was on international duty. So if they're responsible, try and sue them. Because the only reason, I mean, I'm not even going to say allegedly, the only reason really we went for Mudryk is because of this Russia-Ukraine war and to try and be on the right side, because we had Roman who was Russian. So I think that's the only reason really we went for Mudryk. So now, hey,
it wasn't because of Arsenal were after him?
Well, I don't know, maybe, but regardless, either get me the money back that we paid or do something where we don't have to pay the rest of the money, because he's out for 4 years. That's like most of his contract. And he's been here 3 years already. So, yeah, but whatever, it is what it is. Any Chelsea fan that's crying about Mudryk, like, go be an Arsenal fan, with all due respect.
Damn.
But it does mean that in this summer, we're going to have to buy 2 wingers. We needed the winger regardless, but now Sancho's gone and there's no Mudryk. We're going to need to bring in 2 wingers. So,
you know who you're getting.
Who are they getting?
Final gettings, yeah.
Oh yeah,
there's someone else. There's someone else as well. Do you generally not think you might? Do you generally not think you were like try and finesse us more to give us like fucking Sanchez and Dewsbury Hall or some shit for Kudus?
Oh, Kudus, you mean? Okay, I thought you were thinking about Garnacho. Kudus,
yeah, I was thinking
we probably might end up getting. United fans like Taz, you're still trying to sell this Garnacho thing. The reason why we're not going to sign Garnacho is because United won't drop the price down for us to get Garnacho. Here's the difference between Chelsea and United. If we end up getting a big, like for Havertz and Mount, I didn't think we'd get rid of them. I didn't think anyone would be stupid enough to pay the money. United and Arsenal both offered big money for those two. That's why they're gone. When it comes to Garnacho, United had a perfect chance to sell him in January to Napoli and Chelsea, and they didn't take the price because they think he's worth more. So that's why we're not going to get him. Kudus, maybe, if West Ham are willing to take a Dewsbury Hall or middle name or Chalobah, because Chalobah is going to go. Chelsea fans think Chalobah's staying.
Well, I just realized, I just realized, sorry. I don't know why I said the player swap deal, because literally it came out the other day from ex-West Ham employee that we just want straight up cash. But I think you're the only team that would be willing to pay like under the release clause, like not like obviously like 50 million like Tottenham inquired about, but like 65 to 70. That's what we would probably take.
How much do you guys want? What's his release clause?
Yeah, 65 to 70. Well, 85 million is release clause. You're not going to pay it. No one's going to pay that. So like 65 to 70, I generally think you guys of all the teams that are actually interested would pay that, because Man United aren't paying that. Maybe Arsenal is stupid.
I mean, I don't think Arsenal are that stupid because they need other priorities. I don't think he suits in terms of where he plays. With Kudus, I don't know, because I actually do rate him. I know he's not had the best of seasons, but I do rate him as a player. But I don't think he suits what we want in terms of like touchline wingers. But
yeah,
Gittins does in terms of profile, but he is very young and he's going to need another like year or two to really develop. But then again, Chelsea are not going for the title this coming season. I think it's going to take another year or two before we actually really challenge. So who knows? I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
So long as middle name is gone for my football club, bro, I'll be happy.
I heard. But yeah, listen, the final thing I do want to talk about before we get out of here, let's talk about City, guys. Now, I know City recently have been very active in the transfer window, but listen, recently some news that kind of came out, apparently that, they're they kind of broke the rules, and the Premier League are apparently they fined them €1 million. Okay, but here it is. Basically, they have been fined by the FA. Look at this, guys. Look, let me pull it up. Here it is. So apparently Manchester City are fined over £1 million after breaking Premier League rules 9 times. 9 times during the 24-25 season. Premier League sanctions Manchester City for breach of league rules around kickoff and restart time between October and February last season. The longest delays of 2 minutes 24 seconds before the resumption of the Manchester derby at Old Trafford at December, bro. What is this?
Like, can I just? This sounds like the trade-off for like actually not charging them. This is what it sounds like.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm bringing it up.
No, because Omar, this isn't a unique thing. This is like Man City aren't the first people to like delay a kickoff time. Like every bit, and literally every single team that's ever played in the Premier League has delayed kickoff. Every single one. So I think this is one of them trade-off ones where we're not going to charge you, but here's a little million. Oh, look at us, we're punishing Man City, guys.
Yeah,
that's the way I see it.
Fine. You know what it is? You know the way they put it in the headlines. They put Premier League has fined Manchester City €1 million for breach of Premier League rules, bro. The moment you use that point of breaking rules and Manchester City in the same sentence, bro, it's gonna sell. You just know, bro, because ever since that whole 115 thing happened, bro, they have just decided, you know what? Anytime you hear rule breaking and Manchester City in the same sentence, it's over.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't think anything's going to happen with 115. Yeah, I think they're just going to like get away with it. Whether they're guilty or not, we don't know. But regardless, I don't think much will happen. Yeah,
Charlie, you remember the whole Super League thing, where it's like everyone tried breaking out, and then everyone's biggest punishment was you get a joint fine of a couple mil or whatever it was. I genuinely think that Max will get he'll get another fine again, and it'll have nothing to do with their FFP or anything. Like it won't affect them. It won't be like a 10 million, 20 million fine. It'll be like what they just got for breaking the rules for stoppages and that. I generally think it'll be something similar like that, just to say, "Oh, we punished them, guys." But that's the thing.
It will just be like a slap on the wrist, basically.
Yeah, a lot of the people that are angry though about it, like, can't even tell me like half of the charges they actually charge for anyway. Like they're just angry and just say 115 anyway. It's like
115.
That's not the reason why they won the league, bro. Get over it, man. They lost the league last season. Was that because of 115 as well? Like we've got to keep the same energy here, bro. What the hell? Everyone breaks the rules,
keeping the same energy, man. You're quite. How do I put it? You're quite optimistic, expecting fans to be like that, my friend.
Yeah,
it's true.
But yeah. Listen, man. But yeah, man. Listen, guys. We're gonna be closing out very, very soon. Pick up to every single one of you guys.
Speak on Barca, Nico Williams.
No, but we can get into it. Let's just talk about it a little bit. So apparently, Barcelona, we've decided to make Nico Williams our top priority now, right?
Can I go first? I have to bounce in like a minute. So
yeah, go ahead. Just
keep finish. Yeah.
No. So I was just saying that apparently now, since we had that talk with Nico Williams last week, right, with his agent, and he made it very clear that we are his first priority. The club have decided to go from the Luis Diaz thing because it looks like Liverpool, they are asking for 80. We're not willing to pay the 80 million, right? So now we've decided to make Nico Williams our primary target, and we could be getting that deal done in probably the next 2 to 3 weeks. But yeah.
I mean, you guys almost got him last summer, and then
because he stayed. He wanted to stay because they were hosting the Europa League final in the San Mamés, and he wanted to win that. Basically.
Well, somebody else won it, but there you go.
Wait, Alfie, who won that trophy?
Yeah, who won that trophy? It's written here at the top.
Yeah, I know. You guys won it.
and
did you win a trophy? Did you win a trophy?
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I like Bilbao. I'll never forget Bilbao.
Mike, did you win a trophy 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Interesting. Omar, did you win a trophy?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Hey, what about you, Prep? What about you?
Oh, we're Chelsea. We always win trophies.
Hey, man. I feel like we're leaving someone out.
Yeah, I can't think.
I mean, yeah, but yeah. Yeah, it is what it is.
Arsenal, man.
Anyways, but yeah, listen, that's basically the news when it comes to Barcelona and Nico Williams. I'm not gonna lie, I am happy that we're getting this moving on. I don't want us to be wasting too much time, dilly-dallying with Liverpool if they're not willing to move. You feel me, right? I feel like Barcelona have so many positions we need to work on. I think we need to go and get fullbacks this season, right? So at least we just signed a new keeper, so getting this winger in, right? We've already fixed 2 positions that we needed fixing at the start of this season, right? So let's just get 2 fullbacks and we'll be ready for the season, I believe. So yeah, I'm very happy that the club are moving fast. They're not slowing down and just dilly-dallying with Liverpool rather than
must be nice.
Hey, Omar, like with the way Trent played the other day in the Club World Cup, I don't think it matters who you play left wing, bro. Can't lie.
Did you man see? Did you see Lee Gunner's stream?
I did.
Oh, when they picked out the mistakes.
Yeah.
For someone said he was. Nah, I can't say that on Omar's stream. I can't say that.
Bro,
what's the football version? Put it in football terms.
Someone said that he was. Nah, there's no PG way of it. Don't worry about it.
No, exactly. Big up to my guy Zier, man. Yeah, he was cool. But yeah, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, right? When I watched that 33-year-old winger on the wing and what's his name, Renan Lodi, sit there and cook Trent, I said, brother, you're getting cooked by a 33-year-old Saudi winger and a winger that wasn't even good enough for Atleti. What do you think Rafinha, Nico Williams, and Alejandro Balde will do to this guy, bro?
They're gonna cook him.
Wait, was it Renan Lodi?
Lodi. Yeah.
So the guy that was at Forest, oh my god, he was he was from Atleti to Forest, and he was there for 1 season, bro.
Yeah, exactly. A former Nottingham Forest fullback, bro. You're getting cooked by a former Nottingham Forest fullback. Bro,
Trent, man.
Bro, let me tell you something. Yeah, Liverpool fans next season. Oh yeah, they're gonna be enjoying.
It's gonna be a field day.
El Clasico next season, bro. When he's getting cooked next season in the bro, Liverpool fans will just be hate watching. They will be clipping every single.
I mean, if you guys have Rafinha and Nico Williams, it's like. I mean, the thing is with Nico Williams, he wasn't as good last season, but what he does do is he's quick and he can take on his man and he can run past people. And with a player like Trent who has
no defensive capability,
I think that Williams, regardless of what we think about his end product, which I think is more questionable than what people say, I think that I think it's going to be. It's going to be pretty crazy, but Omar, I do have to bounce, but
we're about
to
close out
anyways.
Big up
to the Charlie as well. See you guys.
By the way, Charlie, before you go, I might send you a DM about something on Insta, so about like a show or something. So
sure,
get in touch with you about that.
100%. Yeah, guys, see you guys.
Big up to Charlie, man. Make sure you guys go subscribe to No Filter FC, man. Make sure you guys go subscribe to my guy Charlie, man. But listen, it is
La Liga wingers, man.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
They're gonna have to, because you remember there was a period in the Prem a couple of years ago where every winger facing Liverpool, a left winger facing Liverpool, they'd get a trim before the game.
Yep.
They'd use that as a highlight reel. That's what you need to do now. You got to use that as a highlight reel, bro.
Bro. Even Ben Brahma was doing it, bro. Ben Brahma could not take on anyone.
Ben Rama, bro.
Yes, Saeed Ben Rama,
bro. Bro, let me tell you something. You know what's funny about La Liga wingers, bro? La Liga wingers are so technical. All La Liga wingers are technical. Bro, my guy in Trent is gonna be getting fried in some of these games. He better get some help. They better, if I was Alonso, bro, you better make sure, bro, you put some players around this guy. You feel me, right? Because he's gonna get cooked, man. He's gonna get cooked.
He's gonna need Shook Knight security outside because literally they're gonna rush his car, bro. They're gonna cook in that man's car, bro. He's gonna need Shook Knight security. Literally.
Yeah, but even with Shook Knight security, he's gonna get cooked.
Oh yeah, but not literally Shook Knight, but just Shook Knight size.
It is what it is. But yeah, man, listen. I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to the season, man. I am looking forward to the season. I've heard it. Well, after what I said yesterday with Trent, I was like, brother, this is what I was telling these Madrid fans. They were all hyping him up. I'm like, okay, no problem. After what I saw yesterday, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, man, listen, guys. Big up to every single one of you guys who have been watching. Big up to every single one of you guys. This stream will be redirecting you all to Northside LDN, guys. My guy Northside is actually live. He's doing Arsenal news. You know, it's never a happy news recently for some reason. But hey, listen, go put Omar BYT rate in the comment section below. Go and send him some love, man. At least send him some love, man, because he needs it right now, man. With all the Cesco talks and all this stuff, man, he needs all the love he can get, man. But big up to you guys for being here. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Mike's channel, subscribe to Alfie's channel, and subscribe to Sarcasm City Clips, guys. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Sarcasm City
TV Clips, yes.
Yeah, Sarcasm City TV. Yeah. You gotta get it correctly, man. Because sometimes if you type the wrong thing, they won't show you. They might not show it to you. So Sarcasm City TV Clips, guys. Make sure you guys go subscribe to all this.
We just hit 200 subs.
There you go, man.
Nice.
Guys, go out there. Listen, the clips have been absolutely banging, man. I've been enjoying watching some of these clips, man. I'm telling you guys, man. Big up to every single one of you guys, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna be closing out. Big up to you guys. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and peace, you guys. Take care.
Arteta out.
Arteta in.